Hey guys, welcome to Creative Winners, and today we will learn how to design this beautiful isometric design. And look at this, this is really beautiful and I hope you will love it. So please subscribe to our channel and share your support. So let's begin with the tutorial. The first step is we have to design this mobile, and for that you have to insert this rounded rectangle shape, and I have placed the color palette on the left side. Now you have to go to the shapes option and we have to rotate it to make it look like an isometric 3D design, as you can see on your screen. Now we have to increase its depth to make it look 3D, and then you can change the material and the lighting as per your requirement or the choice. Now let's change the background here, and for that we have already placed this color palette on the left, and you can select the background from this color palette or you can design your own background. I would suggest go for the blue color, the variations of blue, and technology looks beautiful in blue color, so that's why we are using the same. Now let's fill the radial or the linear gradient color on this shape. So let's try linear first, and we need at least 5 gradient stops because we want to make it look glossy. And now one by one pick the color from the left color palette. So we will start with a light blue color, then fill slightly dark blue color, then on the third gradient stop fill a purple color, then the dark blue color, then again we need one more gradient stop to fill a purple color here, and on the last one you can add the dark blue color. And we also need blue color before and after the purple color, so you can see this purple lines on the surface of this phone. Now you have to adjust manually the sliders. You can move the sliders here and there, I mean the left and right, and we need a very glossy look here, and for that you have to keep on adjusting the gradient stops, and now you can see it's looking really beautiful. At the moment the surface is almost ready. Now adjust the top bevel values here, increase the width so that the curves, so that you can see curves on the edges. We want to showcase the curves as you see on the modern smartphones. Now increase the depth, or I guess reduce the depth. 14.5 is a good number here, and then you can adjust the width and height because we want to make it look sleek. So this is just like some smartphone renders that you see on many YouTube channels, but those are created with some big software. This is just an isometric design. So fill the gradient line on this shape, and now let's fill the color on the sides of this smartphone. So I would go for the blue color, blue metallic sides, and we have taken inspiration from iPhone, the metallic sides of an iPhone, but we will make it metallic blue, and for that we have used 3 gradient stops at the moment, and now I did one more. So it's totally up to you how do you want to fill the light on this metallic surface. And now you can see it's looking really beautiful on the sides. Now we have to create the volume rocker button, and for that you have to insert this rounded rectangle here and change its orientation like this, but it's big as compared to the smartphone. So for that you have to make it small a bit, so zoom in on the slide so that you can easily select it. Then you can easily adjust its height or width, increase the transparency so that it blends with the smartphone, and then you can zoom out to see the output here. Now duplicate this rounded rectangle, the volume rocker button. Now change the orientation like this, keep the transparency to 0 and fill black color. Now you have to reduce its size in terms of height and width and place it here. So this is the charging port that we have designed. And you can place it at the center, and you can see this has started to look like a beautiful smartphone, a metallic smartphone. And you can see the light is falling on the surface and the surface is shining. Then you can do some little tweaks here and there to make sure everything looks beautiful. Now insert another rounded rectangle and change its orientation like this, and we will place it here. So these are the antennas or the bands, you can say, and adjust it properly to match with the height or the width of the smartphone. So you can use your arrow keys on your keyboard to move it left and right, reduce its width if required. So you can take some time here to adjust it properly. I think it is now placed. Now again increase the transparency so that it blends well with the surface. Duplicate this layer and place one here. If you look at your smartphone, you can see these white bands at couple of places, so that's why we are using it. And when you zoom in, you can see how good it is looking. Now let's add the text here. So we need some branding here, and for that let's write Creative Venus and go to the text effects, 3D orientation, and change its perspective. Reduce the font size and place it here. So this is a custom smartphone with our label just for this slide. And increase the transparency again so that it blends well with the background, and you can see the smartphone is kind of ready and it looks really beautiful. Now we have to design the surface here. And for that, first, before designing the surface, let's insert a camera. We need a beautiful camera here, and for that you have to insert this circle, and let's fill a gradient outline of this camera. So we are using a combination of blue and purple. Now duplicate this circle here and place it at the center of the first circle, and change the outline to white. Reduce the width Again duplicate and go to shapes, insert a circle, and we will subtract it. Select the shape and the background first, then the foreground, and then press subtract, and you will get a shape like this, and place it here and align it, and then increase the transparency. Then again duplicate the circle, reduce its height and width, increase the transparency, fill white color, and place it at the center. And now you can see here it looks really beautiful. Now bring this layer, the moon layer we can say, to the front, and your camera is almost ready. Slightly increase the width, remove its outline. Now group all these layers and change the orientation like this, and reduce its size and place it here. So we are following the norms of modern smartphones. You can place it at the center as well with the notch, then you have to design the notch. Now let's add some content for the screen. For that we have inserted this shape, then add this circle. So we are creating a pie chart here, and we will place it on the surface of this screen like this. Slightly reduce the size. Sometimes it becomes difficult to select the layers when you work in an isometric environment. In that case, you can always refer the selection pane at the top right. Yes, and here now you can easily select the layer that you want. So I had to ungroup it first, then it let me select that layer. So always use selection pane if you ever find it difficult to select any layer, especially during isometric designs. So I'm experimenting here, like which color will look good here, like dark or white. So it's totally subjective. I think white is looking fine at the moment. Remove its outline and change the background to like dark blue. For me this is much better in terms of overall environment, the kind of theme that we are following. Now we have to add some text, so let's write some percentage here, like 95%. Make sure the pie chart also reflect the same. Now change its orientation like this and place it at the center. The font looks too big. Let's first change the font color here. Yep, this looks much better. So I have reduced the font size, aligned to center, and then place it at the center of this pie. Now duplicate this white circle and remove its fill, and we will only use its outline and fill gradient outline. So this time we have used 3 gradient stops: purple, blue, and a different blue, I don't know. And so here you can see it's difficult to select the layers, but you can always use selection pane. Now duplicate it one more time and place it at the top. Now let's create some more content. So let's add some text here. We have written creative winners once again. Change to uppercase. Increase the character spacing. Fill white color. Go to text rotation. Change its orientation and place it at the center. And you can further reduce its height and width. Now we need to place a line here. So let's draw a straight line. So this is the surface and you can play with it, like you can create any content as per the topic of your slide. You don't have to follow my steps. I have created some random content here, but it can be more customized according to the information you want to show here. But these things will help you to draw, and it will give you some ideas how to do things when you create any isometric design. So now we have changed the orientation of the line here and changed the cap type and joint type to round in the line options. Increase the width and transparency and place it at the center here. Now insert one more text box here and write something related to the topic, and I have used dummy content here and change the color to white. Let's remove some extra text. We don't need this much text on a presentation. Again, change the orientation. So you have to use this option again and again, the 3D rotation, and place the text here. And slightly increase the transparency. When in isometric design you increase the transparency, then it blends well with this environment. Now we need to add few icons here. So I will use the icons from the Office 365 pre-built option. So I have selected these random icons, but these are not random. I have selected subscribe, which is very important, then share, and one for the like. And you can follow the same steps right now. If you haven't subscribed to our channel, it is very important that you subscribe and like this video. Also, you can let us know your thoughts in the comment section. And reduce the height and the width of these icons. Again, the same step, the 3D rotation, and place the icons here on the left side of this line. Now select all these 3 icons and increase the transparency and change the color to blue. So now you can adjust and do some tweaks and make it look more beautiful. And that's the process in every design. Once you design everything, then you have to do some polishing, some adjustments, some alignment, fine tuning. Now duplicate this smartphone and we want to create one more layer at the top for the reflection of the light to make it look more glossy, and we want to add more shine on the surface of this beautiful smartphone. Now we have inserted this circle here, and first we have to change its orientation back to the 2D, and now we want to subtract the smartphone like this, slightly rotate this circle and cover it properly from top to bottom. I think this is fine. Select the smartphone and then the circle, press subtract, and you will get a shape like this. Change its orientation and zoom in and place it on the smartphone. And you have to place it like this, that this layer is below our content layer. When I say content, I mean this pie chart, the text, the icons, and the dummy text. And for that, you have to select all these items and move the items to front. Or you can send this layer to back. I mean, you can do anything. Either you can send it to back or move the content to the front. Now, the last step, we want to add some fingerprint unlock option here. So let's use the inbuilt icon for the fingerprint, or you have to design it, and let's place it here. Make sure it is at the center. So now you can see here the smartphone is ready, and now you can use it as a standalone graphic, or you can create some environment around it. As you can see on a screen, I've created some background and added some glow. So please subscribe to our channel, join the membership, and do not forget to download this beautiful isometric design from the link provided in the video description. And we will see you guys in our next video. Till then, bye bye.